Why do we have to work? If robots do everything, why wake up at 6? To fight a cat for the remote? It sounds like a lazy question, but it is actually one of the biggest questions of humanity's future. Before offices existed, humans worked for food, shelter, childcare, and survival from tigers that saw us as a buffet. Work is natural. Spending 3 hours in a meeting to schedule another meeting is a separate invention. Work turns time, muscle, and ideas into food, homes, medicine, and useful stuff. Money is basically a coupon saying you are allowed to claim part of the world's resources. The problem is that a warehouse can be full of food, and you can still be told, "Sorry, you do not have permission to be hungry." Now, imagine robots doing everything: farming, cleaning, coding, cooking, and replying to your boss. Can we stop working? Some tasks, yes, but the world's money system is not retiring politely. In 2044, about 542,000 industrial robots were installed, with roughly 4.664 million operating worldwide. They are taking on repetitive tasks in factories, warehouses, and farms. But robots do not materialize from vibes. They need power, chips, data, and someone to fix them when they eat a sock, and robots do not collect salaries. So who owns the robots? If a few people own the machines, the extra output can pile up with the same few people. That is why we can produce enough does not automatically mean everyone gets enough. The World Bank says almost 700 million people still live in extreme poverty. On the current path, around 622 million people could still be in extreme poverty in 2030. The issue is not only how much exists, it is who holds the key and who gets the pass. One proposed fix is basic income. Give everyone enough money to survive without working just to avoid starvation. Finland tested 560 euros a month for 2,000 unemployed people for 2 years. Employment changed very little compared with the control group. Nobody collectively retired to a couch empire, but well-being and stress measures improved. Money can reduce fear, even if it does not make everyone rich. Important, this was not universal income for the entire planet. It was a limited experiment with a specific group. People might study, start businesses, care for family, or keep working. Life has no permanent lazy mode button, because humans do not work only for money. We also want status, pride, and proof that we matter. Some people work overtime for a promotion, even when the promotion mostly adds meetings and expensive coffee. Teachers, nurses, artists, and craftspeople often want more than a paycheck. They want their work to change lives. But let us not romanticize it. Some jobs trade your life for rent and call the exhaustion growth. A good future does not force everyone to love work. It lets people reject work that destroys their lives. Stage 1. Robots take repetitive, dangerous, and boring tasks, while humans handle judgment and relationships. We may get shorter work weeks, not because everyone is lazy, but because the same output takes less time. AI may let one person do more. That does not mean companies instantly add a day off. Sometimes they add a bigger target. The ILO estimates that 1 in 4 workers worldwide is in an occupation exposed to generative AI. The IMF estimates almost 40% of global employment could be affected by AI through assistance or partial replacement. In plain English, AI may replace the intern before it replaces the boss, because the boss signs the check. Stage 2. If robots work around the clock, some food, housing, and services could become much cheaper. Stage 3 is the real boss fight. Who owns the robots, sets the prices, and controls the energy? If the owner says, "The profit is mine, please accept this, thank you," poverty can survive any level of automation. If society owns the technology together, the output could become public services, dividends, or free time. Cheap clean energy would help because a robot without electricity is just an expensive statue. People could make art, care for others, learn strange subjects, or grow tomatoes nobody ordered. But no paid job does not mean do nothing. Care, love, decisions, and responsibility remain. We still need rules, or the future becomes monopoly with one player owning the whole board. Poverty could disappear if food, energy, health, education, and housing become genuinely accessible, not just advertised. When will it happen? Nobody can give an exact year, and countries will not arrive at the same time. The honest answer is that we may not need paid work for survival, but some work will still keep the world running. The best future is not doing nothing. It is choosing what deserves your time. If you never had to work for money again, what would you do first? Comment below and follow Nilo.